FM 94, The Dark. It is that time again. It's time to get to know a band we play here on The Dark. And I'm talking to the three guys from the band The World Over. And first of all, I have Ryan, Tony, and Donovan on the phone line. First of all, guys, welcome to The Dark. And how you doing?
I'm good. We're all good.
Very
Thank you so
good.
much for having us.
Awesome. All right, we're going to start with Ryan first. He's the guitarist, Tony's the drummer, and Donovan's the bassist. And, of course, you have a lead singer, too, and that actually being Tia Ball, I should say. And let's talk about this band. First of all, Ryan, how did this band all come about? What's the history of the band The World Over?
Well, we had it actually started with some different people, but we all met at a school called Los Angeles Music Academy. Now it's called Los Angeles College of Music in Pasadena, California. And one of our previous members was from France, and he went to school there, and he kind of rounded us all up and started this band. So basically we met in music school 3 years ago, and there's been like some lineup changes and things like that, but yeah, we've been going strong ever since.
Well, the cool thing right away, Ryan, is you mentioned you all met together in school, which is neat because now I talk to a lot of bands, up-and-coming bands, and, I'm a little older than, I don't know, I shouldn't say I'm older than you or not, but I guess I'm thinking I might be a little bit older than you. But anyway, I'm used to the back, well, yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciate that. I'm in the old school is where you actually got together in the garage, you met your friends and all that, and then you started jamming out and you created a band. It seems like nowadays bands are created on social media or stuff, or you're going out on Craigslist looking for a drummer and that. So it's nice to hear you guys kind of did it the old school way to start.
Yeah, to start out. But yeah, you're definitely right. It certainly happens a lot on social media nowadays. Like we found our drummer and our bassist here through this website called Bandmix, which is basically like a social meeting ground for people who want to be in bands.
Let's get Tony, the drummer, in right now, and and one thing I want to do with all three of you guys is get kind of some of your background information of kind of what you grew up with and maybe influences. But I'll bring in Tony and ask that first question. I guess kind of as a kid growing up, what did you listen to, and what were kind of the influences that you had musically?
Well, when I was a young boy, it was stuff like Van Halen and Metallica, and as I got older, it got like heavier. For a long time, it was primarily stuff like Avenged Sevenfold. The Rev was always a huge inspiration, and then it moved to more like metalcore, like Of Mice and Men and stuff like that at the time. And then I was just all over the place. I mean, I'll jam out to like Bieber stuff on the drums.
Very cool, very cool. And maybe somebody you looked up to drummer-wise, back in the day or even today now?
Back in the day, it was always Jimmy Sullivan from Avenged Sevenfold.
Okay, yeah.
I definitely, I don't know, our playing styles are very similar. I guess today, probably my favorite drummer out there is James Cassells from Asking Alexandria.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Very cool. How about Donovan on the bass there? Let's talk about your musical background.
Well, I grew up listening to a lot of actually emo music. Like I was into like My Chemical Romance and stuff,
Okay.
and then that grew into more metalcore stuff like Devil Wears Prada and like Asking Alexandria, like Tony said. And yeah, I mean I still listen to that sort of. I mean I'm more into like the alternative punk now.
Okay.
Kind of, I guess. They're like just mainstream stuff, like Tony was said, like Justin Bieber and stuff. I don't know, just a little bit of everything.
That's all right. Nothing wrong with that. How about you, Ryan? What kind of influenced you back in the younger days of your life?
Well, I actually wasn't a huge music enthusiast until about like junior high, and then my friend showed me the first metalcore band that I ever listened to, which was All That Remains, and I was just like, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So I started out on like a lot of metalcore, like All That Remains, like Killswitch Engage, and like As I Lay Dying and stuff like that. And then from there, I actually started listening to like more progressive bands, like Between the Buried and Me, Protested Hero, and Fall of Troy was a big one for me. And I got into a lot more like progressive music. That eventually evolved into Dream Theater, which I'm like,
Yeah.
I was a huge fan of. And then when I started going to music school, I was exposed to a lot of different styles of music, like jazz and Latin and stuff like that. And that certainly helped me grow a lot as a musician at that time. And now I just kind of listen to stuff like all over the place. I've been jamming Mars Volta a lot recently.
Okay, yep.
And then like stuff like Guthrie Govan or like Reina Kindo or Kimbra and like and still like some metal stuff like Dillinger Escape Plan. I like them a lot now, and I don't know. Now I'm just kind of all over the place.
That's all right. That's all right. The reason I ask the question normally to you three guys is because a lot of the times that's kind of how the band gets built and what you guys are singing or playing. And the band is called The World Over. I guess talk about the band and kind of your way of going about playing music and the music that you play, I guess. Does it using kind of all the roots of your past and putting it as one and now trying to put that music out to everybody?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think our varied influences is definitely a big contributor of our sound. Like, a lot of the chords that I play, instead of playing, like, straight-up power chords, I'll usually try to use, like, more, I guess, colorful kinds of voicings for the chords that I play. And then, like, Donnie comes from a huge like punk / alternative kind of background, and like that fuels his bass playing a lot, so it's always like really driving. And so yeah, I mean, I would say our varied influences definitely makes us, you know, what we are and what we sound like.
We're talking with the band The World Over. They're a band out of L.A. We're talking with Ryan, Tony, and Donovan, and we're missing actually the lead singer of the band. Tiade Ball is actually the granddaughter of Ernie Ball, and of course, most people, if you remember Ernie Ball, he's the world-renowned creator of Music Man guitars and also the Slinky String. What's it like, I guess, for you guys, you three guys? Have you ever had a chance to have a female-fronted singer or lead singer, or have you played with normally guys in front of you? I mean, I guess, what's that like for you three guys? And I start with Tony and then Donovan and then you, Ryan.
I've never been in a. Oh, this is Tony.
Yep.
Sorry. I've never been in a band with a girl before.
Really?
Yeah. So it's the first time for me, and I mean, she kills it. You know, she's really amazing at what she does, and we're all really good at what we do. And so I don't know. It's awesome. It's no different, I guess, than yeah. It's rad.
How about for you, Donovan?
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, just for diversity's sake, like it's really cool being different. You know, like having a girl singer, like it really sets you apart from like all the rest of the bands out there right now. And like I know there are a bunch of bands with girl singers, but like I don't know, it's cool. She really like kills it, and it's cool to have.
For sure.
Very cool. And Ryan, any comments on that?
You know, honestly, I've only played in bands with female singers, I think, because I grew up in Bakersfield, so there's like I always tried to start a band out there, but it just never really fell through because there's just not, I don't know, there's not a whole lot of like musicians out there. But then when I moved here, like almost everybody in the vocal department at my school was a girl. There was only like one guy in the vocal department, so like pretty much all the gigs that I've played out here are with female fronted bands. But yeah, I mean, I would have never imagined being in a band like this with the female lead.
Right.
Like she does it better than most guys that I see. Like, you know, the whole screaming thing and the whole, you know, harsh vocals and all that. Like, she's really amazing at it, and I think she's really something special.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. The band is The World Over. They're out of L.A. You guys actually had an album called Mountains that was out. Am I correct on that?
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about that. How is that? How has that kind of been received in that so far throughout the United States?
It's overwhelmingly positive. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, everyone that I've talked to and everything that I've seen has been fairly positive, except for the websites that like to review like experimental math, prog, death metal kind of bands. But yeah, I mean it's been really positive.
Is there tracks on there that you really enjoy playing live?
Yeah, for me, I like playing Traitors the most.
Okay.
It's such a fun song to play, and it's such a fun song to like move to and rock out to.
How about for you, Tony?
Mine has to be Mountains, the title track.
Okay.
Just because I literally, like, I can feel us collectively impassioning, like, the people that we play in front of. Like, it literally invokes my, like, little heartstrings or whatever.
Okay. And how about you, Donovan?
I like Let Go personally, just
Okay.
because it's like so driving and such like a fun song to play. Like bass wise.
Now is Let Go kind of maybe the first really single that's come out maybe towards radio, or is there other ones that have been out before that?
I think we dropped Let Go like a week before
Okay.
we released the rest of them, and then after we released it, the title track is what we've been promoting the most. So I guess it kind of has like two singles,
Okay.
technically.
Very cool. Of course, the band we're talking about is The World Over, and in fact, we're going to play one of their songs coming up in here. We'll have to choose. If we choose Mountains or Let Go, I guess those are one of the two. If I guess you had to choose one or two to display tonight, debut tonight on our airways, which one would you guys pick?
How about the title track, Mountains?
Okay.
I mean, we have a music video for it. You can check it out on our YouTube, and
Perfect.
yeah.
Yeah, the video's pretty lit. Like, definitely check it out.
Cool. Okay, we'll do that coming up here in a few minutes. We're not done with these guys yet. Don't worry. We got a few more things to ask. You guys actually just finished up a tour, if I remember right. And if I also remember right, I think I did, I like to do a little Facebook watching. You guys had some issues on the road, didn't you?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
What happened?
Dude, we got in a fat car accident.
That's what happened. Okay. I knew there was something.
I
All right, who was the driver, first of all?
was driving.
Okay, and that was Ryan?
No, that was Tony.
Oh, okay, see, there you go. Okay, Tony, what happened?
I hit some black ice in the middle of the night after we left Logan, Utah. Our routing had been messed up a bit last minute on that little part of the tour, so we had to get from Utah to Salem, Oregon,
Mm-hmm.
and that was pretty gnarly. But like what I realized was I feel like I did everything right. Like I steered into the skid, I took my feet off all the pedals and everything, but what I had forgotten was I was using cruise control. So like the engine was still trying to push the van. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
And it was gnarly, dude.
Yeah. Well, I think
But no,
you were holding the trailer too behind, correct?
yeah.
Yeah. So now,
No. Wait, what?
We were hauling a trailer.
right?
Oh, I thought you said, were you all in the trailer?
Oh no.
No. You actually had a trailer though behind you, so that's even more difficult because once you start skidding away, then you got that behind you too.
Yeah, it was absolutely terrifying. I remember I just got off the phone. I just got off the phone with my girlfriend, and then I went to lay my head down, and then I heard Tiana say what was that? And I popped my head up, and everything's spinning and moving, and I'm just this is it. We're gonna die.
So bad. Oh my
But
God.
but honestly,
We were fine.
there's really nothing that we could have done. I mean, black ice, you can't even see that, especially in the middle of the night.
Well,
I think Tony did a good job saving all of our lives.
Well, let me put it this way: you guys are you're from L.A. How many times do you see black ice in L.A.?
Not one.
Exactly.
Not even.
Now, people listening up here in Minnesota, they see it all the time, so they're used to that.
I lived in the Seattle area for like 5 years, so I've hydroplaned before.
Yes.
And it's definitely the same feeling.
Yeah.
Except like I said, I've never like hydroplaned while I was using cruise control, and then like in the moment, so much was going on, I forgot to take, like I was taking my feet off the pedals, so it was still doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, it's at least you guys can walk away from it and talk about it, right?
Well, dude, like,
Yeah.
as far as like, I mean, nothing, like there was no damage to the van.
We got so lucky.
Yeah, we
oh
got
my gosh.
super lucky. We did a full 180.
Wow.
A full 180, like before we even landed in the ditch. Like we did a full 180, and yeah, I mean there was there was no damage to any gear or to the van or anything.
That's cool. That's
We
cool.
just, we just had to wait for AAA to show up with a tow truck like 5 hours later.
Well,
We actually got to the motel just in time for breakfast.
nice, nice. Hopefully, it was a good breakfast for you.
It was a muffin.
Oh yeah, it was an amazing breakfast.
We're talking to the band the world over, and as I mentioned, they just finished up a tour. Have you done any touring up here in the Minnesota upper Midwest area?
We will be
Okay.
in March, I think.
Yeah, we should.
Okay. Can you divulge of that, or is it top secret still?
It is top secret.
It's under wraps right now.
Okay. Okay. So you guys going out alone, or are you going out with some other bands?
Oh, we're going out with some other bands.
Yeah, within
One other band in particular.
Okay.
within the week there will be like a fat announcement, but until then we have some like young secrets to keep. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. I hear you. I know. That's okay, though. Well, it's awesome to talk to you guys. And I got a couple other quick questions here, and we'll wrap things up here and let you go. But I guess, first of all, and I'll ask each question to each one of you. Let's start out with you this time, Donovan, since we've always had you kind of last. We'll start you first this time. If you had to put together your ultimate 3-band bill to play with, so it's going to be the world over along with 2 or 3 other bands, who would you love to play with?
Let's see. A Day to Remember is cool. I'd say probably Asking Alexandria, and
What do you think with Danny Warshop coming back to Asking Alexandria?
dude, I actually saw his show in when he came through Los Angeles. I saw Asking Alexandria, and it was the best ever. Like I was so stoked. It was awesome.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. And I guess Memphis Mayfire is cool too.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, their latest song, This Light I Hold, with Jacoby Shaddix and Papa Roach, doing pretty well.
Yep.
How about you, Ryan? What if you had to put 3 bands together to play with? Who would you love to play with?
Does it have to be bands that, we would realistically tour with, or can it be bands that I would just like to play with?
Your ultimate, so it can be anything. It can be futuristic if you wanted to.
I would love to tour with Protest the Hero. I mean, I've
Okay.
seen their interviews and stuff, and they're hilarious. I think they would be pretty cool. Periphery
Oh, yeah.
would be awesome. And, oh, man, who else?
Hey,
No.
hey, say Metallica.
Let's see.
Megadeth would be cool, man. Do you know that David Ellefson is actually from Minnesota?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's actually from Jackson, Minnesota, which is about 4 hours south of here.
Very cool.
Anyway,
So many options. The last one's probably Dream Theater, honestly.
Okay.
because I'm just so mesmerized by the way they play. I've seen them a couple times. They're insane.
awesome. All right, and last but not least, Tony.
God. So it would be, so first of all, opening is going to be the Wiggles.
The Wiggles. All right.
The Wiggles. And then other acts would include, have you heard of a band called Polyphia?
Yeah, you know what? I think maybe not.
They're super lit.
Okay.
Justin Bieber
Oh, yeah.
and Bring Me the Horizon. I call it good like that.
All right. That sounds like a very A very eclectic lineup is what you said. Exactly. Yeah, that's cool.
Variations where it's at.
Awesome.
Oh, and probably Dance Gavin Dance, because like Killian Pearson is super hot.
Nice. All right, guys, let's talk about how people can find out more information about the band. Where can they get the information and the latest CD or album, Mountains, from the world over? Where can they get the information from?
Okay.
Well, our EP, our new EP Mountains, is available on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and Amazon. Pretty much any medium there is, you can find it just Mountains by The World Over. We got like a fat YouTube and a fat Facebook and Instagram, whatever you want, at The World Over or The World Over Official. And you could find me on Tinder if you're...
Wow. Oh, boy, I tell you.
Full disclosure. All right, I'm going to give it off to Ryan.
All righty.
I'm not on Tinder.
Oh, next thing you know is everybody's gonna be looking. Where are they?
Well, Franz from Attila, he for like $50 a month, you can get like his personal number and his personal Snapchat. Like, I want to do that. I want to get to the point where I can do that.
Really? I didn't know that. Interesting. Hey, guys, a lot of fun talking to you. You're obviously the latest EP is Mountains, and let's play the title track, Mountains. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining me. Once again, that's Ryan, Tony, and Donovan. They're with the band The World Over. Their latest song is called Mountains. You're hearing it right now on FM 94's The Dark.